pose bothers you at all, you can use a couple a block underneath your forehead just to raise you up a bit so that you're not hips higher than the belly. Just if child's pose bothers you. All right, so once you're in your child's pose, one that's comfortable for you, go ahead and breathe in through the nose. Let it all out in a big sigh. Then close down the mouth and continue to breathe in and out through the nose. And deepen the breath, breathing all the way down to the belly. Feel the belly expanding as you fill the lungs. If you're in a wide-kneed child's pose, you feel that belly expanding between your legs. At the same time as your belly's expanding, bring attention to your back, your low back and your mid back, and feel it rise towards the sky as you fill the lungs. When you empty the lungs, be sure to empty them all the way to the bottom, getting all the air out of the lungs. And continue to take 3 or 4 nice long deep breaths here. At the end of your next breath, take your arms up onto your fingertips, so just your fingertips on the mat. Inhale and look up towards the fingertips. And as you exhale, walk your hands all the way over to the right. Bring that forehead down towards the mat and find the stretch in the left side body, the left lung. And feel that left side of your rib cage expand as you breathe in, as the ribs pull apart. And feel the ribs come back together again as you exhale. The end of your next breath, rise up onto those fingertips once more. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, walk all the way over to the left, bringing the forehead towards the mat. And once more, bringing attention to the side body. This time it's the right side body. Feeling the ribs open as you inhale and close as you exhale. At the end of the next breath, once more, rise up onto those fingertips and inhale, look up towards those fingertips and come back to center. And then come up onto your hands and knees, coming into a tabletop position, stacking the knees underneath the hips, hip width apart, and the hands and wrists underneath the shoulder, shoulder width apart. As you inhale, we'll come into our cat-cow. So the tailbone will curl up, look up towards the sky as the belly drops to the ground. And as you exhale, look down towards the belly button. Curl your tailbone under and dome your back. Inhale, tailbone up. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Look up. Exhale, look down to the belly button. Push through those hands. Push the shoulder blades apart. Curl the tailbone under. Keep going with your breath for a couple more. One more breath. The end of your next exhale, as you inhale, come back to your neutral position. Take all the weight into the left hand, and we'll inhale and take the right hand all the way up to the sky. Look up to that hand and exhale. Weave it under that left arm. Bring the right cheek to the mat. Push through the left hand. Open the left shoulder to the sky. And then you can choose to keep pushing through the left hand, or you can take the left hand to the sky and bend the elbow behind the back to take the half bind. Your choice. No matter where you've gone, continue to breathe here. Feel the twist in the upper back as you open that shoulder towards the sky. Continue to fill the lungs despite any restriction that the rib cage makes around those lungs. On your next inhale, take that right hand all the way back up to the sky. Sorry, left hand up to the sky for those with the half bind. Yeah. And then on your next breath, take the right hand to the sky. Exhale, bring that right hand to the ground. Sorry, I forgot about the people with their hand behind their back because I don't go there. Inhale, take the left hand to the sky this time. And exhale, weave that left arm under. Bring the left cheek to the mat and pushing through the right hand this time, opening the right shoulder up to the sky. Keep that shoulder open if you want to. You can take the right hand to the sky and take the half bind behind your back. Still looking for a twist in the spine, twist in the upper back. Looking to open that right shoulder towards the sky. Breathe here. And if your arm is behind your back, inhale, take it back to the sky. And exhale, bring that right hand back down to the mat in front of the face. Inhale, take the left hand to the sky. And exhale, bring that left hand to the mat. Walk your hands forward so you find yourself in a kneeling plank. And then inhale here, keeping those hips level. And exhale, keep those elbows tucked into the rib cage as you slowly lower yourself to the ground. Take your arms to your sides, palms facing down. Push the front of your feet into the mat. And inhale, lift the chest and chin off the mat. Squeeze your shoulder blades together as the backs of your hands rise to the sky. Drawing your shoulders away from the ears and breathe here. Keep the neck long, maybe tuck the chin just down a little bit so that it doesn't poke outwards. And keep breathing. On your next exhale, bringing one cheek to the mat, taking your arms wide. Turn your thumbs up to face the sky. And then once more, push the front of your feet into the mat. Inhale, lift your chest and chin off the mat. Squeeze those shoulder blades together as your thumbs fly to the sky. And you continue to draw your shoulder blades together and down towards the hips. Drawing your shoulders away from the ears. Breathe here. One more breath. As you exhale, coming back down, taking the opposite cheek to the mat. And then you have your choice of one of those first two positions, or for the final one, you can take your fingertips just to the back of your ears. Activate the feet once more, push them into the mat. Inhale, lift the chest and chin off the mat, squeeze your shoulder blades together, and let your elbows fly up to the sky if you've taken the third position. Breathe here. One more breath. And exhale, coming all the way down, just placing the hands underneath the shoulders. And then push the feet into the mat once more. Inhale, come up, squeeze those shoulder blades together and hover the hands above the mat in your mini cobra. Stay here for another breath. And as you exhale, just place your hands on the mat and continue to push yourself up into cobra as you inhale, just going to whatever feels good for you and your back. And exhale, coming all the way down. Inhale to your mini cobra again. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Exhale, hands to the mat, and push yourself up into cobra as you inhale. Exhale, coming all the way down. Inhale, pushing yourself back to a tabletop position. And once you're there, stepping your right foot forward between the hands. Find a kneeling lunge here. Inhale, let your hips hang heavy, shine your chest forward. Make sure that front knee is stacked over the front ankle. Allow the hips to open, continuing to breathe. As you exhale, straighten that front leg, draw the toes up towards the nose. Shine your chest towards your ankle and your toes to keep some length in the back as you stretch that hamstring. On your next inhale, come back to your lunge. Take all the weight into the left hand. Inhale, take the right hand to the sky. Stay here for a breath, twisting through the spine. And then exhale, bring that hand back to the ground. And we're going to inhale and come all the way up so that we're in a kneeling lunge with the arms over the head. Kneeling warrior one. Draw your right hip back and your left hip forward a little bit so you engage your inner thighs. Inhale here. As you exhale, left hand goes forward, right hand goes back, and you're turning and twisting and looking over to the right. Inhale, arms go back overhead, untwist. Exhale, take the hands back to the mat. Step that right knee back, and then we'll bring the left foot forward. Find the lunge on this side. Keep that front knee stacked over the front ankle as you let the hips hang heavy and your chest shine forward. A few nice long deep breaths here. Inhale. And then as you exhale, straighten that front leg. Draw the toes up towards the nose. Shine your chest towards the ankle and the toes so you can keep some length in your back as you find the stretch on this side through the back of your thigh. Inhale, come back to the lunge. Take all the weight into the right hand and take your left hand to the sky. Find your twist and pause here for a breath. Inhale. Exhale, bring the hand back to the ground. Inhale, you're going to come back up to that kneeling warrior one. Relax the shoulders away from the ears and engage those inner thighs. Draw that left hip back a little bit. Feel that engagement. Inhale. As you exhale, left hand forward, right hand back, twisting and turning to the left this time. One more breath. Inhale, take the arms back to the sky. And exhale, hands to the ground. Take that left knee back. And then curl the toes under, take your hips to the sky. Find your downward dog. And go ahead and walk it out. Linda, if you want to take tabletop and take one calf back at a time to stretch them out, you can do that as well. Keep walking that out while you spread those fingers nice and wide, getting nice equal weight through all 10 fingers. And then bring the feet to stillness. Give your head a little shake, yes, no. Let it hang heavy. Bend your knees a little bit more and push your chest towards your ankles. Finding a little bit more extension through the shoulders and the upper back, but keeping the elbows soft. At the end of your next breath, rise up onto the tippy toes and take little baby steps to the front of your mat until your hands land between your feet. Inhale, we'll come to a halfway lift. Nice straight spine, crown of the head points forward. Exhale, forward fold. Let your head hang heavy here. And then as you inhale, you're going to come up slowly, one vertebrae at a time, until your head comes up last. And once you've done that, come to the top of your mat, taking your feet hip width apart and just swaying back and forth a couple times until you find nice equal weight from the front to the back of your foot. And then come to stillness, lift your inner arches a little bit and find weight going from the big toe mound out to the outside edge of the foot. So you've got nice equal weight distributed all around the edges of the feet. Soften your ankles and your feet as you stay grounded. Your ankles and your knees as you stay grounded through your feet. Engage the quads and the glutes and draw your belly button back towards the spine. Allow your spine to grow tall as the crown of your head reaches to the sky. Draw your shoulder blades together and down towards opposite hips as your palms face forward. Relax the shoulders from your ears as you feel energy travel down the arms through the fingertips back towards the earth. Breathe here in your Tadasana. On your next inhale, take the arms to the sky. Exhale, you're going to forward fold and swan dive to the earth. Inhale to a halfway lift, nice straight spine, crown of the head points forward. Exhale to a forward fold and bend just the left knee a little bit and take your left hand into the center of the mat. So you're looking at the back of the left hand. Inhale, take the right hand to the sky. Find yourself in a nice twist here and maybe getting a little stretch through the back of the right thigh at the same time. Looking up towards that right hand. Breathe here. Exhale, bring that right hand down. You're going to swap it out with the left hand. Straighten the left knee, give a little bend to the right knee. Inhale, take the left hand to the sky, looking up towards that left hand, finding the twist on this side, still breathing all the way to your belly. Exhale, bring both hands back to the ground. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale to a forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way back up to the sky. And exhale, hands to your side. One breath here in your Tadasana. And then inhale, take the arms to the sky again. Exhale, forward fold all the way to the mat. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale to your forward fold. Step both feet back to your plank position. Knees up or down. Inhale. And then exhale, it's going to be knees, chest, chin to the ground, keeping those elbows tight to the rib cage. Push the front of the feet into the mat. Inhale to your cobra, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Curl the toes under. Exhale to your downward dog. Pause here for 2 or 3 breaths. Inhale, take the right heel to the sky, toes pointed down. Exhale, squeeze the knee into the chest as tight as you can, and float the right foot forward between the legs. Bring the back foot forward, half the footprint, toes pointed out 45 degrees. Feet are still hip width apart. Keep the front knee stacked over the front ankle as you inhale and come up to your warrior one. Relax the shoulders away from the ears and draw the belly button to the spine. Make sure you've got lots of energy going through the outside edge of that back foot. Breathing here in your warrior one. Exhale, take the hands to the waist and straighten that front knee. Inhale, squeeze your elbows behind you as though they were to kiss, open the chest. Exhale, halfway forward, nice front straight leg. Inhale here. And exhale, forward fold over that front leg. Bring your hands to the mat or blocks, your choice, maybe your leg. Wherever you've gone, keep trying to shine your chest down towards your toes. Keep lengthening the back of your neck as you keep that front leg as straight as possible. Notice your hips, maybe draw that right hip back a little bit so you get a bit of engagement in your thighs and keep your hips parallel. And then you're going to take your block and bring it towards the inside of that. Oh, actually, no, we're not going to do that yet. Sorry, my fault. Inhale, come all the way back up into your warrior one and bend into that front leg. And then you're going to go onto the ball of your back foot. So you're going to turn a little bit. So you're on the ball of the back foot. Keep those hips nice and parallel to each other, engaging the hips. Inhale. And then exhale. Take the left hand forward, right hand back, just like we did before in kneeling, but now you're in that crescent lunge. Takes a little bit more hip engagement. And then inhale, take the arms back to the sky. And exhale, bring the hands to the ground. Step your right foot back to your plank position. Inhale here. And exhale, knees, chest, chin to the ground. Inhale to your cobra. Curl the toes under. Exhale to downward dog. Pause for 2 breaths. On your next breath in, take the left heel to the sky, toes pointed down. Exhale, squeeze that knee into the chest. And then float the left foot forward between the hands. Bring your back foot forward, half a foot plank, toes pointed at 45 degrees. Inhale, coming up to your warrior one. All the same tricks from the other side. Lots of energy going through the outside edge of the back foot. Front knee stacked over the front ankle. Shoulders relaxed away from the ears. Breathing here. Exhale, take the hands to the waist, straighten that front knee. Inhale as though those elbows were to kiss. Exhale, halfway fold over that front leg. Pausing here, inhale. And exhale, finding the mat or your blocks. And maybe pulling that left hip back a little bit as your chest shines out towards your toes. Breathe here. And as you exhale, bend back into that front knee, turn onto the ball of that back foot, and come up to your crescent lunge. It's more stacking that front ankle over the front knee over the ankle and pulling that left hip back, right hip forward, engaging those inner thighs. Inhale and exhale. This time it's the left hand back, right hand forward, twisting and looking to the left. You're a twisted warrior. Inhale, arms back to the sky. Exhale, hands to the ground. Step the left foot back to your plank position. Inhale here. And exhale, knees, chest, chin to the ground. Inhale to your cobra. Curl the toes under. Back to your downward dog. Pause for just a couple breaths. See how things are feeling. End of your next exhale, step or walk your feet to the front of your mat. And inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale to a forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way back up to the sky. And exhale, hands to the side. One breath here. Inhale, take the arms back to the sky. And exhale, forward fold, swan dive to the earth. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale to your forward fold. Step the feet back to your plank position. Inhale here. And then exhale, knees, chest, chin to the ground. Inhale to your cobra. Curl the toes under to your downward dog. One breath. Then inhale, take the right leg all the way to the sky. Bend the right knee and let the right foot fall towards the left as you open the right hip towards the sky, taking a peek under that right armpit. Breathing here, allowing that right hip and right side body to open. Inhale, straighten that right leg. Exhale, squeeze the knee into the chest and float that right foot forward. And then bring that back foot forward half a footprint. And we're going to straighten the front leg, having the blocks handy. This time we are going to go into our revolved triangle. So you're going to bring that left block nice and close in towards the inside of your right foot and take your weight into your left hand on top of the block. Take your right hand to your waist and inhale, turn that right shoulder up towards the sky. And then take the right hand to the sky and find your revolved triangle here. Keeping that front leg as straight as possible. Breathing here. Exhale, bringing both hands back to the ground. Turning onto the ball of that back foot, bending into the front knee, and then dropping the back knee behind you. So you're back in your kneeling lunge. And then inhale, coming all the way up, bringing your hands to heart center. Inhale here. Exhale, twist and turn to the right. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And then exhale, tilting forward, hooking that elbow on the outside of the knee. Other elbow points towards the sky as you push your hands towards heart center, opening that right shoulder up to the sky. Getting the twist in the upper back. Then either remaining here or curling the back toes under and taking that back knee off the ground. No matter where you've chosen, just remember to breathe. Inhale and exhale, bring both hands back to the ground. We're going to take the back knee down and then you're going to take the right leg long behind you and pivot on that back knee so you can come into a kneeling side plank. Start with that right hand on the hip. Make sure those hips are nice and high. So the left knee is down and the right foot is out long. And then either you stay in the kneeling side plank or you can take both feet long to find your full plank and maybe take the right side plank and take the right hand to the sky. Breathe here. Exhale, take both hands back to the ground, find your plank. Inhale here. Exhale, knees, chest, chin to the ground. Inhale to your cobra. Exhale to your downward dog. And just take a moment to see how you're feeling as I turn off the heater that my cat just turned on. I think, I don't know what she did. All right. One more breath here. And then we'll take the left leg to the sky. Bend that left knee, let the left foot fall towards the right. As you open the left hip up and take a peek under that left armpit. Opening up that left hip towards the sky, finding the side stretch through the side body. Inhale, straighten the left leg, square your hips off to the ground. Exhale, squeeze the knee into the chest and float the left foot forward between the legs. And we're going to straighten that, bring the back foot forward half a footprint, turn the toes out 45 degrees, and then go ahead and straighten that front leg. Using blocks as you need to, drawing the left hip back, right hip forward. And then bringing that block in towards the inside of the left foot so you can rest your right hand on it, take your weight into the right hand, left hand to the waist. Inhale, turn that left shoulder up towards the sky, and maybe take the left hand to the sky for your your revolved triangle on this side. Keeping that front leg as straight as possible. One more breath. And then exhale, bring the hands back to the ground, lunging back into that front leg as you pivot onto the back foot, and then let the back knee down. So you're finding yourself in your kneeling lunge, and inhale, coming all the way up, hands to heart center. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist and turn to the left. One more breath in here, lengthen. And then exhale, tilting forward, hooking that elbow around the outside of the knee. Opposite elbow goes towards the sky. Push those hands towards heart center as you open that left shoulder towards the sky, finding the twist in the upper back. And then either staying here or curling the back toes under and taking the back knee off the ground. Breathing here. One more breath here in the twisted prayer. Exhale, let the back knee back to the ground. Take both hands to the ground for the moment. And we're going to take the left foot long behind us, nice straight knee. So you can pivot on that right knee and find your side plank on this side, taking your left hand to the waist to start. So it's your right knee on the ground, left foot long. And then either staying here, take the left arm to the sky maybe. And if you want to, you can straighten both legs to come into your plank, full side plank on this side. Keeping those hips high, no matter what you've chosen, and breathing here. One more breath. Exhale, bringing both hands back down to your plank position. Keep those hips low. Inhale. And exhale, knees, chest, chin to the ground. Inhale to your cobra. Exhale to your downward dog. Pause here for a few breaths. Just see how the body's feeling. See how the spine is feeling. And notice how the right side of your back versus the left side of your back might feel. Just done a lot of twisting. At the end of your next breath, step or walk your feet to the top of your mat. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale to a forward fold. And then inhale, sweep the arms all the way back up to the sky. And exhale, bring the hands to the side. Take your feet hip width apart once more and bring your hands to heart center. Inhale here. And exhale, sit down as though into a chair. So we're in a little chair posture. We're going to add a twist here. So inhale, keep lengthening your spine. And as you exhale, the left hand elbow is going to go and try and hook onto the outside of that right knee. So it's just like we do in prayer, but now we're in a squat. So you're pushing your hands towards heart center, opening that right shoulder to the sky. And at the same time, our quads get a little extra work. One more breath here. Exhale and come back to center. Inhale here. And exhale, we're going to twist and turn the other way. Right elbow hooking onto the outside of the left knee this time. Pushing through those hands, opening the left shoulder to the sky. Keep breathing here, finding this twist. Exhale, coming back to your squat, taking your arms, your hands to the ground. Inhale, straighten those knees. Exhale here in your forward fold. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, back to your forward fold. And then step both feet back to your plank position. Inhale here. Exhale, knees, chest, chin to the ground. Inhale to your cobra. Exhale to your downward dog. Just for a breath. And then exhale, bring the knees down and come into a child's posture. Your choice, wide knee or narrow knee, arms above the head or hands down by the heels. And just pause here for a few nice long deep breaths. And then come back up to your knees. And we will set up for our pigeon posture. So just bringing that right knee behind the right wrist. Scooching that back leg behind you so it goes straight out behind you. And then maybe picking up that yes, that's my right foot. Picking up that right foot and see if you can maybe drag it a little bit closer towards the top of your mat. And keeping that right knee in line with the right hip. Shin as parallel as you're able to, maybe cushioning underneath your right hip if you need to. Inhale here. And then exhale, walking the hands down, maybe coming to your elbows, maybe going further. Using a block for your forehead if you'd like. And wherever you've gotten to, bringing your attention back to the hips. And breathing all the way to your base of your lungs and feeling the sensation of your breath. Feeling what your breath does to any sensations in your hip, I should say. So as you inhale, what changes? And as you exhale, what might change again? And stay here for another 4 or 5 long, deep breaths. On your inhale, walk your hands up. Take all the weight into your right hip. So you can swing your left leg around and bring your left foot to the outside of the right knee. And you can either stay with that right leg nice and bent, trying to keep both of the bony parts of your bum as close to the ground as possible, or if you have any knee pain or that just isn't happening, take the right leg long, toes pointed up to the sky. So wherever you've chosen, take a bit of attention into the left toe mount and really push it into the mat. And you're going to want to do that throughout this posture. Hug the knee with your right hand. Inhale, take the left arm up to the sky. And exhale, backstroke it behind you, letting it land wherever it lands. Inhale, lengthen the spine, sitting up straight and tall. And exhale, twisting and turning, looking over that left shoulder. Either continuing to hug the knee or taking the elbow to the outside of the knee and finding your seated twist. Each time you're breathing in, thinking about lengthening the spine, sitting up straight and tall. And as you exhale, twisting and turning and looking over that left shoulder. On your next exhale, untwist, unravel. Take both legs long in front of you, give them a little shake. Take both toes up towards the sky. Inhale, take the arms. Sorry, no, don't do that. Reach behind you. Sit up straight and tall. Make sure that low back is nice and straight and your pelvis is tilted forward, sitting on a blanket or a block if you need to. Now inhale, take those arms to the sky. And exhale, you're just going to fold from your hips, letting your hands land where they land. Once again, that chest is reaching out towards your ankles or your toes, and you're keeping length in the back of your neck, trying not to poke your chin out. So your chin is poking back, tucking back in and down as you keep lengthening your back. Breathe here. Just like before, as you inhale, think about lengthening that spine. And as you exhale, think about folding from your hips. And then inhale, release the feet, walk the hands back up. And this time we're going to bend, we're going to take the right foot on the outside of the left knee. Once again, you can keep that left foot. Yeah, you can keep the left knee straight, foot to the sky, or you can bend that left knee. Trying to keep both sit bones nice and close to the ground. Push, bring attention to the right toe mount. Push that right toe mount into the mat. Keep that there. Hug the knee in with that left arm. Inhale, take the right arm to the sky as you lengthen the spine. Exhale, backstroke it behind you. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist and turn, looking over the right shoulder. Once again, you've got the option with your arms, either hugging the knee or elbow to the outside of the knee. Come back to that little mantra. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist and turn and look over the right shoulder. One more breath here. And on your next exhale, unravel. And then we're going to take all the weight into the left hip so we can take the right leg behind us. And we set up for pigeon on this side. So just like the other side, maybe cushioning under the left hip if you need to, trying to draw that left foot a little closer to the top of the mat while keeping the knee aligned with the hip and the back leg going long behind you. Inhale, and then as you exhale, starting to walk yourself down to whatever makes sense. Maybe it's your elbows, maybe it's further, and just like the other side, choosing to use a block to rest your forehead on if it doesn't make it to the mat. Your choice, finding a level that makes sense for you. And once you've found your position for your pigeon, coming back to your breath, allowing your breath to expand all the way to your belly and beyond into your hips. And noticing the effect of your breath on any sensation, any stretch that you might feel in those hips. On your next breath in, walking your hands back up, taking the weight all the way back into that hip, bringing the legs around, and bending your knees and taking the soles of your feet flat on the mat. We're going to do a couple of boat postures, get our core muscles going here. So we're going to lean back about 45 degrees, keeping the chest shining towards the ceiling, making sure that low back doesn't collapse at any point. That usually becomes the reason why you stop. So we're going to take the hands behind the thighs and just lift one leg at a time, making sure that low back doesn't collapse. Find some balance here. Keep the chest shining towards the sky. And then maybe if you can release your hands, palms facing up. And if you have the strength and that back's not going to collapse, then you can also straighten the legs. Breathing here. One more breath. And as you exhale, letting those feet back to the ground, hugging the knees into the chest, bringing your forehead to your knees, and just getting yourself into a nice little ball, curling that back and giving the back of your neck and the back of your spine a bit of a stretch. And release. And we're going to do one more boat. So soles of the feet back out in front of you, leaning back. Once again, just getting that spine nice and long, keeping that low back nice and strong as the chest rises up towards the sky. And then holding on to the backs of the thighs as we raise one leg at a time. And either staying here or maybe releasing the hands. And either staying here or maybe straightening the legs and breathing. Inhale and exhale, feet to the ground. And you can just grab your knees and roll back onto your back so that you're hugging your knees to your chest. And maybe just taking a few side to side rocks. Allowing yourself to just stretch your low back. And then coming to stillness. And yeah, we'll do that. Take the left foot to the ground, cross the right knee all the way over the left knee. We're going to do our cow face legs, which I think we did on Friday. So both knees stacked on top of each other, and then bring both knees up towards the chest. Slide your legs down your shins to maybe your shins, your ankles, maybe grab the outside edges of your feet, flexing the toes. Wherever you've gone to, you're drawing those lower legs apart like a pair of scissors, bringing the knees as close to the chest as you can, and breathing here in your cow face legs. Exhale, release the feet. Let that left foot come back down to the ground. Take both feet to the mat. Feet mat width apart. Take the arms wide and just let the knees do a few little windshield wipers to either side. And then coming to stillness at center once more. Stacking that right ankle under the right knee once more, and then crossing the left knee over the right knee. As we prepare for our cow face legs on this side, both knees come towards the chest. Hands slide down the shins, maybe make it to the outer edges of the feet. Keep those feet flexed, toes pointed up, and draw those knees as close to the chest as you can as you draw the lower legs and the feet apart, like a pair of scissors. Breathing here in your cow face legs. Exhale, release the feet. Let that right foot to the ground and then the left foot. Take those feet out, mat width apart once more, arms wide. And once again, just do a little windshield wiper with the knees, allowing the hips to be loose. And bring your knees back to center. Heel toe your feet into each other and then allow the knees to go wide. We're going to find a reclined butterfly here. So the soles of the feet come together. Knees go wide. Arms go overhead. The index fingers and the thumbs touching each other. So that you're in this full little goddess position. Breathing all the way down to the belly, into the hips, allowing them just to open gravity. And after your next exhale, go ahead and reach down and just hold onto your outer thighs and assist those knees back together. Bring both knees into the chest, and we'll just take some small circles in one direction and then in the other direction. And then release your left leg long on the ground and take your right arm out wide. And keep the right shoulder blade glued to the mat now as you draw the knee over to the left and find our final twist of the evening. Done lots and lots of twists. And keep breathing here in the twist. And then inhale, bring that left knee back up to center. Bring both knees into the chest. Just give them a nice gentle hug. And then take the right leg long on the mat. And this time you're taking your left arm out wide. Keep that left shoulder blade glued to the mat as you draw the knee over to the right. And take a look over towards your left hand. Finding the twist on this side. And then inhale, coming all the way back up. Bring both knees into the chest. And this time we'll take nice big circles in opposite directions. Your knees are like a pair of egg beaters. And then pause and go the other way. Next time that your knees are wide on the outside of your rib cage, pause there as we set up for our happy baby, letting the soles of the feet point up towards the sky and either wrapping the peace fingers around the big toes or grabbing the outer edges of the feet, drawing your feet and your knees down towards the ground as you keep your tailbone low to the ground. And either staying here in stillness or just doing a gentle rock side to side for your happy baby. And coming to stillness once more, releasing your feet, allowing your big toes to come together and taking your legs long on the mat, finding any layers should you need them for your Shavasana. And once you have made your way to the mat, take your legs long and your feet roughly mat width apart. Take your arms away from the body, palms facing up. And then take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, let it all out in a big sigh. And then close down the mouth and come back to your regular breath, whatever that looks like for you, with your mouth closed. But taking any thought out of the breath, allowing yourself just to be present here on the mat. Eyes are closed and relaxed, letting the eyelids fully relax. And then let your jaw fully relax. Maybe your teeth float a little further apart. Allowing your tongue to relax and just resting the tip of your tongue gently behind your front teeth. Soften your face and allow the space between your eyebrows at your third eye to just get a little bit wider. Feel where the head makes contact with the earth. Allow the full weight of your head to be supported by the earth so that you can then fully relax all the muscles of your neck that go up the back of your neck and across the front of your throat. Feel where your back makes contact with the earth. Allow your body to fully support the weight of your torso as your shoulders melt towards the ground. The muscles across the front of your chest fully relax. Allow your arms, your upper arms to fully relax and your forearms. And feel that wave of relaxation traveling through your hands and through each and every finger and your thumbs. Feel where your low back and butt make contact with the mat. Allow your abdominals and your hip flexors to melt like butter towards the ground through that place of contact. Allow your upper legs and your lower legs to fully relax. As the final bit of this wave of relaxation reaches your feet and each of your toes, so that your only job now is to relax in your Shavasana. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, let it all out. And then turn your head from one side to the other to awaken the spine. Wiggle the fingers and the toes and make some circles with the ankles and the wrists. And then take your arms up overhead and give yourself a big stretch all the way from your fingertips all the way down to your toes. And then bring your knees into your chest for one last gentle hug. And allow yourself to roll over onto the side of your choice, allowing your lower arm just to pillow your head. And you can stay there on your side for 1 or 2 nourishing breaths. And when you're ready, you can push yourself away from the ground, coming up to an easy seated position, hands at heart center. Keeping the gaze low. And just taking a moment to thank yourself for taking time out of your day to look after your body and your mind through the practice of yoga. And I thank you for sharing your practice with me today. Namaste.